I'm hoping the signal's gonna hold because that'll be fantastic. While I check my messages I've been ignoring all day. What's going on, y'all? I'm gonna have this weird like eye thing I did last time because I can't separate the computer from the camera. I also have no idea if y'all can hear me. So if someone could tell me if they could hear me or not, because I don't know how to set this up for some reason, even though I'm really good with technology. I don't know exactly if I set it correctly for the computer microphone or if I set it for the camera microphone. But, you know, if it works loud and clear, works for me. What's going on, y'all? Happy... If yesterday was... Happy Thursday. Hope y'all are doing all right. I don't have my bottom buttons. I am sitting on a layover. That's fun. So, oh gosh, Friday Eve. Yes, it's Friday Eve. Maryland, I am actually headed your way. The load I'm picking up is ending in Maryland. That's about all I can say about it, just for security and safety purposes. Even though my truck number is all over the internet, not like it really matters. But I'm on my way to Maryland. I'll be there at some point. I appreciate it, RN. 1,000 subscribers is definitely... I don't even know. I can't even put that into words how surprised and like humble I feel about that. I haven't really... I mean, I know I had like a little clip talking about it a little bit on my video before last, but it still hasn't really set in yet. You know what I mean? Like it's still kind of new. So it's whatever. Is the not letting out your location a prime thing? Technically, the answer is no. But yes. So the legal answer is no. It's not really a prime thing because I have a lot of other drivers that I associate or talk to on a daily basis, and we all share our locations. So it's really just like... It's just a safety thing. Now, certain types of loads that I will not mention because we're not allowed to. Yes, you cannot let people... Like, if I'm on that type of load, I actually disable the location services on my phone to not have anyone track my location and only Prime. But I can't talk about that. So, outside of that, it's not really a Prime thing. It's more of just like a safety, security kind of thing. Like, you know, you don't really know everybody. You know, everybody's not really your friend until they are. So like, even though, you know, you guys are watching me and, you know, you guys watch my videos, like I could have someone who's not subscribed to me and I pop up on their recommended and they click on my video and I'm like, hey, I'm at this place. And they're like, I'm going to go find this guy. And then, you know, like the crazy stalker ex-girlfriend kind of vibe. I'm not really trying to have any of that because it's kind of stressful. But that's the only reason. But obviously, you know, if I'm at a place and you happen to see my truck and you come and talk to me, that is a whole different story than like you walking up to me, like I'm on live right now and I hear a knock on my door and you have your phone watching this live. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's kind of the way I look at it. So like recorded videos, I have the little destination pop up right here in the screen. That's a lot different because it's recorded and is usually a day or two behind. Like the video I just posted, an hour and a half ago, is footage from 2 days ago. So on those type of videos, I actually do put my location because I'm already gone. But like if I'm live, like YouTube live, like this is happening right now. So it's actually physically live. So it's kind of a safety thing. I'm like a movie star. It certainly feels like one when I go through a terminal. I kid you not. Literally everyone stops me. Sorry. Literally everyone stops me, and I left my phone up there. Everyone stops me at the terminal, which I love. First of all, so don't get it wrong. But I'm not a movie star. I'm just another guy. Let's see. I know I like the Volvo Lone Mountain hats. All right, so I did look into that. Someone else also told me that Lone Mountain is getting the Globetrotter 2022 Volvos. I looked into it. However, the way the truck is set out, as far as just the little things that I actually have now, doesn't make it's not a good trade. I'm not willing to trade out a prime Volvo for a Lone Mountain Volvo because the way that they're built are different. So I'll have more on that later on another video at another time because I don't talk. I can't tell the plans yet, but plans are in the works. So stay tuned. Like when I was in the Army, I couldn't tell anyone where we were and travel details on transit during deployments till we arrived. My brother said the same thing. So my brother is retired military, and he told me that same thing. But he also couldn't talk to me every day, period, because of his MOS. So every time I asked him what he was doing, he just said it's classified, and then talked to me about whatever else was going on. So I think the Army is like that, I guess, for a lot of things. But I mean, I kind of get it because you're the military, you guys kind of have a lot of enemies and stuff. But that's political. I don't talk politics. Thanks for all your videos. I got an orientation on Monday. Are you going to be in, well, I'm not going to be there, but are you going to Springfield, Pittston, or Salt Lake City? Did you call them because the specs aren't online? So the physical specs of the truck are not a huge deal for me because a lot of the way that those trucks are built, they're built to be ungoverned. And if I'm going to get a truck like that, I'd rather build it myself. But I didn't actually look at the engine specs. I looked at the pictures of how the interior was laid out. And the stuff that I have now, they don't have. So that's why I didn't look at it. What do prime company drivers start at a cents per mile? When I was a company driver, we had just gotten a raise. If you were driving a condo, which is the truck with 2 beds, I believe the starting pay was 46 cents. I don't know if they've gotten a raise since then. If you were in the lightweight, you got 51 cents to the mile. I don't know if they've gotten a raise since then. Last time I was a company driver was a year ago, actually. Today's the 14th. Well, almost a year. I've almost been leasing for a full year. But when I was a company driver a year ago, today I was making 46 cents a mile. Where are your shades? I will go and grab my shades, actually, because I really like those shades. So those that don't know, I told No Hippie already, but so I watch Lyle over there at No Hippie Truck and Transportation, and seeing his videos actually inspired me to order some shades. So I actually ordered 2 pairs, so one for this truck and one for my personal car at home. So now I have shades, and it's really thanks to No Hippie Truck and Transportation, because I mean, first of all, I feel like these shades fit me, like they fit my personality, like. I guess I don't know. People tell me I'm super laid back and chill, and I can't read comments in these shades. I do need, however, how to find my glasses. That would be better. Let's see. Jordan Matthews, what's going on? Good evening. Good evening. How are you? I'm doing all right. I have to sit for 24 hours, but I'm doing all right. Making money just like normal. Springfield. All right. So I believe, and don't get me, I don't want to get in trouble by him, but you will be there the same time Travis Kinley will be there. I believe Travis Kinley will be in Springfield this weekend. Don't shoot the messenger, but you might be able to catch him at the terminal at some point between this weekend and next week. Maybe. If I just put his business out there, I'm super sorry. I should have asked you. I actually was just finished talking to him on the phone. I heard Prime starting a space division. What do you think cents per mile will be? So Travis is here, actually. I actually can't talk about the space division yet. So if you If you go to the description on one of my videos, I have a link to our driver lineup forum on driverlineup.com. I'll be able to talk to you about the priming space division over there. Just use my link and find me on there. You'll be able to connect to me and send me a private message on there. Let's see. How come you all drive automatics? Because Prime told us to. That's kind of the deal. You are really cool. Thanks. I appreciate it. I mean, I can only be one thing in this world, and that's myself. So I kind of just keep it that way. See, every company's going automatic. Yes, a lot of companies are switching over. The same reason it's hard to buy a stick shift car. It's actually super easy to buy a stick shift car because I personally drive stick shift cars. So I actually have two of them. And that's the first really automatic thing that I've owned or leased has been this truck. So this is one of the first automatic vehicles I learned how to drive. Outside of driving my parents' cars, obviously. But any car that I've ever owned or like made payments for. I forgot. It's not lease, but the other term for cars that you pay on. It has always been a stick shift. So there's that too. Looks a little shady now. Yes, I am still looking to buy that BMW. Obviously, it's still too cold and windy now, so I'm hoping you made it home. The last comment I saw on not YouTube, I saw that you did make it home. And my understanding, you just put out a video, but I just stopped driving and I haven't caught up yet. I decided I wanted to go live first because I haven't been live in a couple of weeks. You look like a young Stevie Wonder. I really like Stevie Wonder's music. I love that compliment. Thank you. Definitely a movie star. Is it the jacket? So this actually just got this jacket. This is my 1-year safety jacket. It's got a little patch. It's cool. Yeah, I'm a little nerd about stuff like this. But I actually just got this jacket and I got my YouTube name on it this time because the brown jacket that we get for our 1 year, I think it's the 1 year, it's either 1 year or 6 months service history of on-time deliveries is brown and actually have my LLC name on it. So I was like, I'll put something else because I already have a jacket with my company name on it. So this one, I got my YouTube name on it. In hindsight, I should have probably put YouTube right here. But hey, I'm not a stickler for small details. Now, if you talk to me about finances, I'm a stickler for details. Let's see. I'm doing good. Just 612 miles away from Atlanta, Georgia, to Fort Smith, Arkansas. Are you at that Tyson plant? Also, wait, Atlanta, Georgia. Where'd you pick up from? Did you pick up from McDonough? I'm trying to see how well I know with these freight lanes. The what division? The priming space division. Patent pending. No one send this live to Prime like, well, this guy's talking about a space division. It was just a joke. We only have 3 divisions, and actually we have 4, which is reefer, our refrigerated division, flatbed division, tanker division, and the intermodal division. Yeah, so those are the 4 divisions. How many terminals does Prime have? So we have, as far as main terminals, we have Springfield, Missouri, we have Pittston, Pennsylvania, and we have Salt Lake City, Utah. So right now, at this present moment in time, we have 3. Junior, what's going on, man? Glad you could make it. For the first time in a long time, I actually drove during the daytime today. And I'm actually going to be sleeping during the night, which is going to be a struggle because the sun is down. So it's time for me to be awake, but story for another time. Let's see. There's no reason with technology. There is no stick shift that an automatic can't outperform. I'm going to say it depends on the driver. For legal reasons, I would assume that it depends on the driver. Okay, so I didn't get in trouble from Travis, so he's telling people that. So Travis will be in Springfield on Monday for reasons. Junior's here is to clown Peterbilt drivers. And I back Junior 100%. everyone know, if you don't know, like if you're subscribed to my channel and you are not aware, I am a I should have got it put right here on my jacket. I am a 100% certified Peterbilt hater. No particular reason, except for like a lot of minor details about the Peterbilt, but I certainly cannot stand the Peterbilt. So I have Junior Honduras' back 100%. 100%. Let's see. Jeffro, what's going on? I hope orientation's going well. I also saw that you just uploaded a video. I started watching it until Prime called me, so I have to go back and watch it after I have to go back and watch a lot of content here. So give me a minute on your latest video, but I'm glad orientation's going well. My last update from you is you have been badged, and I believe the caption is you got a trainer. So see, I keep up. I keep up. Peterbilt sucks, and you would definitely get to know the shops, guys. For sure. Again, 100% stand behind Junior on that one. I mean, not like I can really talk with a Volvo, but Peterbilt's definitely Peterbilt. People who drive Peterbilts know us guys who drive Volvos because we have pretty heavy shop time. Okay, so Jeffro got my trainer today, and did you run into Twisted Big D? I haven't met him yet. Yeah, I haven't met him yet. I've been meaning to run into him. So good for you. Lucky you. See, do you ever run into Australian truck drivers working over there? No, I haven't run into any. Oh, were you the guy on the comment? First, I'm so sorry for everyone here. I'm behind on comments on that other video, so I'm behind on comments, but I'm going to use this time to catch up. But were you the Australian guy in my comment that was like, hey, from Australia? Were you that guy? Because like I want to talk to you. Like I want to get to know the Australian drivers because I'm friends with a guy in Europe, so I actually speak with him and the European Volvo shop a lot about the Volvos. But there's some trucks that I see on YouTube from Australia that I definitely want to get to know a little bit more. I like interesting stuff like that because I'm old, I guess. But if you and I'm talking about Jixer King, if you can, go on. It's not in the description of this yet because it's not uploaded, but go on one of my published videos, any one of them or one of the recent ones, and go in the description. There's a link for Drivers Lineup Forum Group. Can you go on there and find me and send me a message? I want to talk to you a little bit more about Australian trucks. Let's see. Met one of my Facebook friends today who started Prime 2 years ago. I don't curse. But that's good. Hopefully you got some inside information from him as well. Do your due diligence if you're a student. Travis, don't hold the line on Pete. You'll be in the shop too. Trust me. Trust me. Let's see. Feeling catch up. Let's see. Sorry about the silence and the downtime. But I will kind of let you guys know about why I'm on the 24-hour layover, why I'm scrolling through comments. So the load that I brought here, okay, I'm not caught up, but I can start to read from there. So the load that I brought here to this place that I am currently at in this space and time, 24-hour drop and hook all day long, easiest load ever. It was like 460 miles, like $780. Perfect. So got that dropped off, got a trailer. On my way here, I was about 100 miles away, and my dispatcher sent me a pre-plan. And usually, well, I'm not supposed to talk about that either. So he sent me a pre-plan. I delivered the load, looked at the pre-plan. So I looked at the pickup time of the 01, which means where I'm going to pick up a load. It's like 230 miles to get there. And it's a drop and hook. And the appointment time is for midnight tonight until 9 p.m. tomorrow. And it's 8 p.m. right now. So I've been to this place quite often, and their loads are generally ready. But when I called just now, they're behind. So I don't expect to pick up that trailer for 25 more hours. So I'm just gonna sit here and kind of relax and hang out and get that truck tour video. So when the sun comes up tomorrow, I will be recording that video and get it out to you guys. Unfortunately, I did drive during the day, and I don't like. There's certain stuff that I want to show about the truck that I can only really show in the daytime, outside of the lights. But you guys have seen the lights. But there's stuff like I want to point out and show you guys on the outside of the truck that I can't really go over during the nighttime, which is why that video hasn't been recorded. So once the sun comes up in the morning, I'll literally be able to wake up, record that video, do what I have to do in this area, go back to sleep, and then drive to the customer. Because the layover. And this is the reason why I took that load, because number one, and I already told you guys, the load is ending in Maryland. I generally tend to not drive in the Northeast. I believe I said that in one of my videos before. So when the load originally came through, I saw the pickup location. I'm like, okay, cool. Then I saw the second stop. I'm like, oh, a multi-stop load? All right. So in my mind, I'm like, no. Like, to be completely 100% honest with you guys, this is the first multi-stop load that I've done all year. No, I'm just kidding. This is the first multi-stop load that I've done in probably since last May or June. Like I'm usually pick up, drop off. I don't really do multi-stop loads. So I saw multi-stop loads. So in my mind, already red flag. So then I saw where the second stop was and saw it was Virginia. I'm like, second red flag. Because I know from where I am, it's all back highways and hills. And I know this load is going to be heavy. So second red flag, I have to go to Virginia. And then third red flag is delivering in Maryland. So I'm like, okay, I've got 3 red flags. I'm going to say no to this load. And then I saw how much it paid. So I'm sitting for 25 hours because I like money. So that's why I'm on a 25-hour layover. So now I got to catch up on comments. So just give me a minute. If you're a Peterbilt driver, you are a super chucker. And I know you, daddy and grandpa. Oh, I know your dad and grandpa drove them and it's in your blood. I agree. Every Peterbilt driver has been brought into Peterbilt life. I was talking to my trainer, look over and Mr. I was like, bro, hold up a minute. And I was I'm glad you got to talk to him, definitely, for sure. I need to catch on his content as well. Oh man, I got way behind on comments. I'm sorry. And our sons and grandsons will carry it on. Travis, you're hilarious. The videos of the shop. Matthew, those are the videos I'm talking about, the Australian road train. They are so cool to me. Like, if you haven't seen those videos and you like watching truck driving videos, Google Australian truck drivers. Like, super cool for me. Another thing I like watching is the Japanese truck drivers is like they're flat fronts, obviously, but they have really tight turns and stuff that they make. And to be honest, there's a Japanese truck driver that's on YouTube. And she's like super hot. So check that out if you have some time to. Oh yeah, my dad's the only person to be on PC jail ever. Junior. Oh my gosh. Travis, we gon' ride. I'm telling you, well, I talked to you on the phone about it earlier. I'm not gonna spoil it, but on the next clip, on the next video that's not, oh man, is it still in here? Oh good, I still got my dash cam plugged in here. On the next video that's not the truck tour video, I want you guys to watch out for the intro, because I actually had to call Travis today while I was driving and tell him what just happened on the CB radio. I'm hoping when I go back and find that clip that you can hear it clear. I'm pretty sure you can. But man, I thought it was the funniest thing in the world. But check out, obviously check out next video, but the video after that, I'll see if I can put that clip in the beginning. Let's see, part-time trucking, starting a job tomorrow with the Mack truck. Hey, Macks and Volvos are the same thing. So, but I have heard, so I actually have a close friend of mine that is leasing a Mack right now. So we talk back and forth a lot, but like the storage options in the Mack are not really. Y'all didn't tell me my hair was sticking up. I'm about to go find a hat. Y'all didn't tell me that. I'm sorry. He told me that the storage options in the Mack are not the same as it is in the Volvo. So in the Volvo, and you'll see it tomorrow, I have more storage options in the Freightliner. And I can say that with complete confidence because I drove a Freightliner for a year. So, or actually for a year and 10 months, I drove a Freightliner. So I can say that this truck definitely has way more storage space than the Freightliner. So that'll be on the video tomorrow as well. Check out Outback Aussie truck drivers on A&E. There's a whole TV show about that. Oh man, I gotta catch up. I'm behind on the time. Marky Mark. I don't know about Freightliners ruling anything, but I will say I definitely miss my Freightliner as far as my fuel consumption. Because, man, when I turned my truck in, I was getting 10.3 average miles to the gallon with an 11.5 cent net fuel cost. So that's one aspect about my Freightliner I absolutely miss. Like, if I had to trade off anything between this truck and the Freightliner, would be the fuel consumption. It's not. So in the beginning, I'm actually going to do a fuel video. I filmed one already. I'm just too rambly in it, so I'm going to refilm it. But I'm going to mention something about this truck, and I'll go ahead and say it now. When I first got this Volvo, when I first signed for it, it was a used Volvo. I had 250,000 miles on it. And I've actually talked to the previous owner before. So he ran intermodal and flatbed division with this truck. And then I guess they switched to either he switched it back to reefer, or the reefer is refrigerated division. If you guys are wondering why I keep saying reefer, yes, I know it's illegal. But they switched it back to the reefer division. And when I got it, you know, because in my Freightliner, I was running 65. So obviously, new truck, I'm going to run 65 because, you know, my time is a little bit more valuable than me saving a couple dollars on fuel until I signed for the Volvo. I ran for a week and then actually went on vacation for 2 weeks and came back, started driving again. So like after coming back and running for another 2-3 weeks, my fuel I was getting on average, I was getting about 7.1 miles to the gallon running at 65 everywhere. And I'm like, there's no way. So I brought it in, took it to the shop, had them look at it. They're like, oh no, everything's fine. I'm like, can you check the fuel injectors? They're like, oh no, everything's good. I'm like, okay. So I got the truck back, or when I got the truck back from after Thanksgiving, I actually bought fuel injector cleaner and I started putting that in. So I've been putting fuel injector cleaner in this truck since I got that truck back December 2nd. I ran for about a week and then I came up with that idea. So let's just say from December 8th until now, minus the 5 days I just went down in Springfield. So from December 8th to today, January 14th, I've been adding fuel injector cleaner into my truck. And now my truck is averaging 9.3 miles to the gallon instead of 7.1. So that goes to show that I don't think they checked these fuel injectors because obviously they were dirty. So I've been adding fuel injector every time I fill up now, or I don't ever fill up. Now I did fill up the truck 2 days ago because fuel prices are going up and I'm going to a high IFTA tax area. There's going to be more on that on the fuel video. But ever since then, I've literally been adding fuel injector cleaner, you know, actually measuring out how much I need to put in per how much I'm putting in the truck. But I've literally been adding fuel injector cleaner, and I'm assuming it's cleaning my injectors because my fuel mileage is fantastic on this truck. Now, because I've been running extremely heavy from December 8th till now, I've been running extremely heavy loads. And when I say extremely heavy, like 38,000 and above. Like I've only had one light load since December 8th. So like just like this last load that I just pulled was where's my paperwork? 44,258 pounds. And I drove, you know, obviously I kept it at 65 so I can go ahead and get here. But it's still averaging out to 9.3 miles to the gallon. So it's either this some things in my fuel lines or my injectors were super dirty, but now I get great fuel mileage. Like I can deal with 9.3 miles a gallon. Obviously, I miss my 10, but 9 is leagues above what other people get, so I can deal with 9. So I can suffer through that. Schedule to start my training at Prime Week on January 20th. I'm super sorry I'm long-winded into my stories, but I mean, that's just how I am, I guess. Starting my training Prime Week January 25th. Are you starting in Springfield? January 25th. Where will I be? I'll still be running. Hopefully you're starting in Springfield. Good luck on coming to Prime. If you are, let me know if you're a YouTuber. So my biggest thing about being a YouTuber now, sorry, I keep like scratching my nose. My biggest thing about being a YouTuber now is like my favorite thing to do is watch channels grow. Like obviously I watch my own channel grow, but like people, when I say channels grow, like not just their subscribers, but I like to watch like the beginning of people's journey. Like I like to see the timeline of how much a job actually changes someone, because I have to remind myself a lot, like that I'm working and I'm not on a permanent paid vacation. Like I feel like as soon as this feels like a job to me, I'm probably going to quit trucking. But every single day I wake up and start this truck and drive down the road and sign bills and deliver product, I never feel like I'm working because I have such fun doing it. So my favorite thing to do is watch people come to YouTube, like, you know, like just like Jeffro the Wannabe Trucker, Cuba Trucking 80, Long Haul Gypsy, The Life of Rye, all of those guys, you know, day one to where they are now. Long Haul Gypsies in TNT, Cuba Trucking 80s in TNT, Jeffro is in PSD, and Life of Rye still in PSD. But just daily vlogs of like the process and the steps that they go through. So like I can't wait for those channels to, you know, get through training and get on the road. So I don't know. I have a thing for watching people grow. Like, I don't know. It's just my personality, I guess. But that's just my favorite thing to do on YouTube. You know, obviously I watch other stuff. Like I forgot who I was talking to. I think I was talking to Eric over at Driver Lineup. And I was telling him about, we were talking about the YouTube algorithm. It may not have been Eric. It was not Eric, actually. It was another Prime driver. He doesn't have a YouTube. It was my buddy Mike. And he was like, you know, what else do you watch on YouTube? You know, being a Prime YouTuber, what do you watch on YouTube? I'm like, well, obviously I watch other Prime YouTubers. And then I watch other company YouTubers as well. But then I have one recommendation that I just can't stop myself from clicking on. And now it pops up every time I'm on YouTube. And there's like this couple that owns a rabbit. And literally the entire YouTube channel is about the rabbit. And I can't stop watching it for some reason. Like it's so, I hate to use the word, but it's so adorable, you know? Like that's kind of like, I love animals, but like I don't want to own one because I have to feed it. So so I like watching other people's animals. So I just can't stop watching this rabbit for some reason. And it's like, first of all, this rabbit has like 4.3 million subscribers. So don't think I'm weird for watching this rabbit, because there's 4.3 other million people watching this rabbit. But literally when I log in YouTube, I see all of my other Prime YouTubers pop up, you know, and then I have this one 24-hour music thing that I listen to that I actually got recommended to from, it's music I already listened to, but I didn't know YouTube has a 24-hour live loop of it, not loop, but like live feed of it. It's like lo-fi chill study music. Man, my day goes by. There's some great music. It's like coffee shop music. But anyway, I'll see all these other videos and channels, and then one video of a rabbit. So then, like, especially, and I know I do it to Travis all the time. I'll see that Travis uploaded a video, and I'll go, and I'm like, oh, a rabbit. I'm sorry, Travis. So I'll watch the rabbit video, and then I'll go back and catch up on my other YouTube videos. But sorry, I'm behind on comments. Give me a minute. Let's see. Well, I know these guys are already gone now. But No Hippie, Travis Jr., I'll catch all you guys later. Y'all have a good night. Do it all. What's going on, man? Are you? I think are you at home yet? Oh man, I'm super behind. Let's see. What's up, Travis? Good night, Junior. Just not stop. Should probably be asleep, but it is what it is. Travis is about the PC to sleep, guys, for sure. Herbull Trucking, what's going on, man? I'm sorry. I don't know how far. There's no timestamps on these comments, so I apologize if you guys are no longer here. But I'm going to respond to them and get to the bottom, and then I'll come back to the storytelling that apparently I can't stop myself from telling. Scheduled to start training on January 25th. Any advice? I was about to do it. I'm going to write your comment down right now. Give me 1 second. So, yes, I actually have great advice because someone asked me last night, a current student asked me for some advice, and I have some great advice to give you. Starting advice. Sorry, this is like, usually I have my my little iPad with my pencil, but it's up there and I don't feel like getting up. But yes, give me 1 second. I will answer that question if you're still here. Hopefully you are. I know, right? Gotta go. Everyone hit the like button on your. Oh, everyone hit the thumbs up on your way out. Oh, thanks, John. I don't know why I don't say I don't say that stuff. That I don't say like the like, comment, subscribe. You know what? I'm gonna start saying that now. I'm gonna start saying like, comment, subscribe on my videos. No, I'm not. But I appreciate that, John. To be honest, you can thumbs up or thumbs down my videos. Like I'm leave a bad comment. Like I take criticism well. And then I don't know if you guys knew, but thumbs upping or thumbs downing a video still helps the YouTube algorithm. So as long as you click it, thank you. But it's rare. I think total out of all of my videos I have on YouTube, I think I have like 6 thumbs down, and that's on 6 different videos. Like literally every time I upload a channel or upload a video, someone thumbs downs it. Someone thumbs it down. Just one person does it, and it's just on a random video. Like I'll pull up my comments and it'll be like 58 likes, 1 dislike, and I'm like, I don't even do anything but be happy on my channel. But at the end of the day, as long as you're interacting with my channel, I'm completely okay with that. And I got off on a tangent again. I'm sorry. Volvo is a European Peterbilt. No, it's not. No, it's not. I've driven everything but a Mack. Volvo definitely wins the amount of room and storage. Definitely my favorite truck. Me too. I've never driven a Peterbilt, but I mean, I don't want to. Ray, what's going on, man? Life of Rye, what's going on? See, I have no idea how far behind I am on comments. There's no timestamp. But what's going on, Life of Rye? No, I did watch your video. Yours was a short and sweet one. No, I think you're uploading a video today. Was that your yesterday's video? I think I watched your video. If I haven't, I'm going to as soon as I'm done. See, love the Volvo when watching truck tour videos. Wish we should at least one, but don't think we would be that lucky. Hubby wants to Pete. I heard the Freightliners were real rough, and if I am riding along, I get car sick. Hope I don't get sick when I go with him. So Tasha, yes, if you were going to be riding with him full time, I would suggest a Pete, unless, and this is just hearsay, unless you do lease purchase on a Freightliner and actually upgrade up to the front air ride suspension. I heard that it's helped the Freightliners tremendously on that. Jeffro chilling and riding, man. I met my trainer today. If you add a fuel injector cleaner to a freight shaker, you probably get 15 miles to the gallon. Yeah, I know. That's what I liked about being a trainer. I could see how they progress from start to finish, start to how they are doing after 5 or 6 years. And that's, oh man, I can't talk about that yet. I'm gonna put a future video out about training. But stay tuned to that. Thank you. You're welcome. Hey man, don't talk about my rabbit, man. Like that rabbit. Oh man, it started over. How far back I gotta go? Oh, not far. Okay. Yeah, don't talk about my rabbit. Eric texted me a great message today, just thanking me for the friendship that he and Jenna are really tight for me and they love watching my journey. I was in training at the plaza. See, but that's what I'm saying. I feel like I mentioned your video or your channel. I don't remember. But Jeff for the Wannabe Truck Driver, if I didn't mention it before, he is in PSD. I did mention it. Okay. He's in PSD. And I just watching. So same message from Driver Lineup. Like we like watching you guys grow. You know what I mean? And I hate to say you guys as a generalization, but like we like watching each and every one of you grow. That sounds a lot better. Watch how to process rabbit for food. Might cure you of that rabbit shell. Dang! First of all, no, I'm not watching that because I did watch what's that documentary? That Superside, that documentary on McDonald's, and it almost got me to like stop eating meat, but then I got hungry. So what can you do? That's why I don't have no watch hours now, rabbits. That's why I don't have watch hours because I spend all of my time watching rabbits. Jerry Little, are you going to train anymore? Okay, I'll tell you guys. So I'm actually no longer training. I will get into that story in just a minute. So I'm not going to be training this year. Why not training? I really wish I had my iPad to sit like this. Super easier than having my phone right here. Hey, Tony. It says technically waiting to upgrade. How long have you? I don't know if you're still here, but if you are, that would be great. But Big AV Trucker, how long have you been waiting to upgrade? I've actually heard that from another person at Pennsylvania as well. Not much, man. Trying to get to the town. Not for me. Not for me. Not for me. I like to watch this couple that the name of their channel is Life in a Nutshell. The Nutshell is a boat named The Nutshell, and they go around the world sampling beer in every country. What? So you prime YouTubers, if your watch hours start going down, it's because I'm spending my life watching cool stuff on YouTube. I'm just kidding. I watch everybody's YouTube. I'm going to check that channel out though for sure. Let's see. Hopefully I'm still here. My trainer wants to head out soon. So hold up, brother. That means you have a hater who secretly loves you. I think so too. Oh, it's Do It All. You know what? I knew it was something about that guy. It's something about Do It All Logistics. I knew it was him. Peterbilt is better than Volvo. I can give you JJ the Trucker reasons why. I'm just kidding, JJ, if you're watching. Just kidding. Oh, I'm caught up on comments. Yes. Okay. All right. Audio just got fuzzy on my end. Oh, and it's back to normal. Well, a week. Oh, God. Well, a week isn't that bad. Now, are you done with your everything you got to do to upgrade week, or just the entire process is going to take a week? Those are two different things. Let's see. Fat Daddy, what was your process getting hired with Prime? Well, my process is a lot different than what it is now. So, well, let me ask you before I go off on a tangent. Actually, I'm going to add you to the list. Process on hiring at Prime. Do you have a Facebook page for your business? No, but I am being yelled at constantly. Hopefully that person isn't in here. But I'm being yelled at constantly to make a Facebook page to make it easier because a lot of people don't have Instagram. So I've been thinking of making Johnson's Logic Facebook page. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. I couldn't resist the Volvo comment. You remember our conversation already. Nothing, just waiting. And the fleet manager, it feels like he's no helper, doesn't care. I can't speak on that. I'm sorry that you're going through that. Actually, it does matter. Are you doing company or lease? I can't answer that. Every truck is the same regardless of manufacturer. Run to the next breakdown. Yes, Matthew, absolutely correct. People talk about me and my Volvo all the time. But at the end of the day, I make more money than them. So like every check's gonna break down. Just pick your poison. Like I'm super comfortable sitting in my Volvo making money, just like you are. And I'm gonna pick on Tammy. Just like Tammy's comfortable with sitting in her Peterbilt, being comfortable. You just gotta choose what you want to deal with. Like I choose to want to deal with Volvo, and that includes breakdowns. So yeah, it sucks to break down, but also I'm the type of person who like saves a bunch of money. So breakdowns are not really like a super like, oh my God, I'm gonna die kind of deal with things for me. Oh God, I gotta pause the comments. Good God. All right. Shime Owasa, if you're still here, I'm gonna answer your question. So starting advice. If you're just coming to Prime, or you're about to come to Prime, the best advice that I can give you is pre-trip. Study, look up pre-trip and start studying it. I need some chapstick. I'm sorry. Learning your pre-trip is like every Prime driver or Prime trainers like wet dream. Like we love when our students, like PSD, we love when our PSD students can just nail pre-trip, as soon as they can, because then we can teach you the other stuff, and the other stuff becomes super easy, like backing and going forward, and the stuff you need to actually take to pass your CDL test. Like, and that's one thing with me when I was training, and I'm gonna get to that in a minute. When I was training and I trained PSD, every TNT student I got after that, I let them know, or when I was looking at PSD training again, I let them know I don't teach pre-trip. That's one responsibility that we can put on you guys. Like at best, I can show you, like I can put, like if you know the name of something, and I can show you where that part is. Like, my blanket is properly mounted, secured on both ends, no abrasions, boulders, or cuts. I can be like, this is the blanket. Like that's the best pre-trip teaching I do as a trainer. Because if I have to stop and spend time actually teaching you how to, like I can teach you tips and tricks on how to better memorize it. But if I literally have to teach you, like, this is a pre-trip and we're gonna go one by one, like all that time that I'm doing that is all less road time that I have for you. So, for the people who want to get their CDLs within that 14 to 15 days, now it's going to be 15 to 27 to 30 days because we have to spend time on pre-trip. So my best advice I can give you is study pre-trip. The next advice I can give you is get your endorsements. To my understanding, I know someone can correct me, or I hope someone can. The endorsement that you absolutely need is tanker and combinations on your permit. And of course, the recruiting department will tell you what you need, but God, I got super far behind. Get your endorsements. Tanker and combinations for sure. If you want to get hazmat is not required, but having your endorsements is definitely a thumbs up or a step ahead of the game later on down the line. Like me personally, I don't have my hazmat. I'm going to go get it next time I'm on home time. But again, this is stuff I could have had, and I mean, at least in the refrigerator division. Well, I think refrigerator division is the only one that pulls hazmat. I think. I think tanker or flatbed does too. But in the refrigerator division, we don't pull a ton of hazmat. But if I go to certain areas, like the one I'm about to go to, has hazmat coming out, so it could be an easier next load for me. So I'm gonna go work on getting hazmat. Let me catch up to this. So the training question, I am going to answer. I'm not that far behind. Why is Johnson's Logic no longer training? I just want to hear the story about why you aren't training. Call it my bedtime story. Hopefully, you want to be great. Is the table an extra with the Volvo? Yes. So every Volvo does not have a table. I was lucky enough to get one with a table. So Prime has 25 Volvos, and all 25 of them are different in their own respect. Well, I won't say all 25, but I think there's the Prime Volvos. There's some of them that don't have the table. I don't know how many, but I'm trying to go lease. Are you still getting paid? As long as you're still getting paid. Because like when I was waiting for my truck, but I was upgrading the company, they paid me by the day until I got a truck. So I have a 2021 Freightliner I like, but the V&L 860s are sweet. I mean, I can compare. Damn, I'm gonna go off on a tangent. I'm gonna come back to that, Tim. But that's a good video idea, actually. Hello, Latinos in the house. Santo, you know what? I actually have a project too. I'm learning Spanish this year. Well, I'm also going back to college this year. Oh, surprise! I'm going back to college this year. That was going to be a surprise. But I had planned on learning or teaching myself Spanish this year. Are you company, lease, or owner operator? I am a lease operator for the moment. Yep, absolutely. Pre-chip's kicking my butt. Prime's a good video on pre-chip. They want you to use that one. But yes, so if you're coming to Prime and you don't know what pre-trip is, go on YouTube and search Prime Inc. Yes, you'll see my beautiful face, but don't click on me. Click on the official Prime Inc. YouTube channel, and they actually have uploaded the pre-trip video on that channel. So if you're having trouble with pre-trip, he actually goes through, with a truck and actually point, exactly what I was telling you. Like I'll go and point out the pre-trip. Prime Inc., the company I contract with, has uploaded it on their official YouTube. So you can go over there for a good reference. I have my CDL, but I haven't driven in 4 years. So I'm considering Prime as a company driver first, then lease or owner operator. Your opinion, please. I tell every student I ever touch, come train with Prime, get your miles done, and go company first. All right, let me preface that though. Can you go lease straight out the gate? Absolutely, you sure can. But I will say, and I'm not going to mention any names, or one, I haven't even watched the video, but I will say if you can make it through TNT and you go lease straight out the gate, and for which or whatever reason it doesn't work out, I see a lot of videos on YouTube that are like, well, Prime lease program is a scam. And no, you don't know anything about trucking except what you were learned in TNT, which is driving straight. Like you weren't keeping track of IFTA taxes. You weren't keeping track of the miles you're driving in each state. You're not keeping track of your receipts. You're not keeping track of the freight lanes. You're not keeping track of the customers you go to. There's a lot of intrications in leasing with Prime and being an owner operator that are very synonymous. Like if you're not paying attention to that stuff while you're in TNT and you go lease straight out the gate, there you have a higher chance of failing. Not saying you will fail, because I know a lot of successful lease operators that went lease straight out the gate. Couldn't think of that word for some reason. I'm not saying that you can't. I'm saying you have a higher chance to fail. My recommendation that I tell every student I teach, even when I taught the class, when my truck was down back in December, I actually taught a class of PSD students. It's like 30 of them. Like, go company first. Actually understand and make mistakes. Like, make mistakes, guys. Like, don't go off on a road rage, but make mistakes of like, taking a load to an area you're not familiar with. Learn the roads, learn the freight lanes, learn the customers. Like when I was a company driver, I started keeping track of every customer in which state and what city. Sometimes I would ask the receiver, or the shipping office, I'm like, hey, how often does this load come out of here and go to this place? If I like, because there's this one load, and no, I'm not getting into that because I don't want you guys to take my load. But there's a load that goes from, I will say Atlanta. There's a load that comes from Atlanta and goes to Savannah. And that load runs 6 days out of the week, every single day. And then sometimes it's more than one load. So that's called dedicated loads. But I was a company driver at the time. Like, could I have asked to be on dedicated? No, you can't ask to be on dedicated. You have to know a guy that knows a guy that knows a guy that knows a guy to talk to you. But I actually started, when I was a company driver, I literally started asking, shipping offices, like, I got off on my tangent and didn't respond to the previous comments. I actually started asking customers like, hey, how often does this load run? Or do you have any loads that prime hauls and where do they go. And, some of them said they can't tell me, obviously, but some of them will. Like I started doing a bunch of research as a company driver before I became lease. And now I won't say for whatever reason, but obviously all the people that told me not to go company and go lease straight out the gate now see where I am now. And now I get a ton of phone calls of, hey, how do you do this? Hey, what do you think about this? Hey, can I get some advice? I love answering it. Don't get me wrong. But at the same time, this is stuff that I learned on my own, which is why I'm so successful now. Like I learned it as a company driver first. So you don't have to do like me and go company driver for a year. I just go for a couple of months. I would say 6 months. Some people 4 months. I think Travis is like 3 months, or I don't remember actually. Sorry, Travis. But I say go company first, just so you can learn and make the mistakes on Prime's dime and not your dime. A lot of people's like, "Oh, I'm not going to be no company driver." Like, okay, and then they wonder why their net fuel costs is like 59 cents, which is completely astronomical, by the way. But you don't know how to fuel the truck appropriately. You literally put the what's the thing? What's the thing here? The fuel handle, the pump. You literally put the pump in the tank and then go like clean your windows or something. Or oh God, hope you don't go take a shower. But you just put the thing in and go. Like I literally calculate how many gallons I have in my tanks. Look at how many miles I have. Actually calculate the gallons it's going to use to get to that place. I look in the radius of that customer to see what kind of fuel is in that area. There's a lot of stuff that I do to save money, which is why I won't say I have so much money, but this is why my paychecks are higher than a lot of other prime lease operators, because that's the first question I ask. Because, when you call me and ask how you can make more money, first question, I was talking to another lease operator that, we share our idealisms in driving. My first question I asked was like, what's your net fuel cost? Don't say, what's your net fuel cost? Oh, how do I find that? Like, you can calculate yourself, or the Prime app tells you. And then every single time, it's always something that's like 20 cents or higher. And I'm like, well, how do you fuel? He said, when I need fuel, I fill up. What? Why? All this is coming in a fuel video. I'm so going off on a tangent. I'm sorry. Jesus. Hold on. Preach it. Fat Daddy, if that answers your question, let me know. If not, I'll go into it again after I get to these other 3 things first. Pre-chip, promise good video on pre-chip. Yep, got that on CDL. Yep, got that one. I've been watching that video. Okay, I read that. Isn't getting paid. That's the reason why I don't go home, because I'm not happy. Are you waiting in a hotel? Because I know a lot of people that are waiting at home and are getting paid. I would get with the fleet manager on that one. Hopefully you're still here to catch that. I already started mine January 11th. I need some advice as well. I think that's on here. No. Hopefully I answered that advice question. If I didn't answer your advice question, can you leave a new comment so I can catch up? I like that table. Me too. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate it. With Prime, how well do they handle holidays when you're trying to get home? That is a good question, Chase Clark. I will answer that in just a second. That's what that clicking is. I realized why my audio was going in and out. It's because my microphone, when my headset's not connected to my phone, it's connected to the computer. So it's probably switching between the two. If you can still hear me, please say something. With Prime, how would it? Okay, bro, we're gonna practice our Spanish with each other once I get my own truck and get back to my audiobooks. Let me know, Ryan. Let me know. Also, put your medical card in your wallet and keep it there at all times. Yes, good advice. Wait, you touch your students? Not like that. Hold on. Okay. I'm glad you put that though. No, I don't physically touch my students, but I meant like, like not the touching. This is not. No, I don't do that. Like when I talk to my students. Yes, I know you're joking, but that's funny. Like some people don't know that's a joke. Do you have to do the pre-trip? We already have a Class A CDL, go straight into CNT. James Barnes, it depends on how recent your experience is. I'm not licensed to tell you that. Contact the recruiting department. So I do advocate for Prime, obviously, because I'm a Prime driver, but I am not a recruiter of Prime. So a lot of stuff that I say, I know based off of just being nosy and asking. But for concrete, answers of for sure, contact the recruiting department. I wish I had my recruiter's information. I do not. I haven't talked to him since I started. But yeah, I'm not a recruiter of Prime. Obviously, I'm an advocate for Prime because I personally like Prime. This is why I still work for them. So yes, I advocate for Prime. I am not a recruiter of Prime. That's why I don't post my driver code. If people ask me for it, to put me down as a, referral, that's fine. Just ask me for it, but I don't put it on YouTube because I don't want to be seen as a Prime recruiting YouTube channel. I want to be seen as Johnson's Logic. So there's that. I just happen to be driving for Prime. Thank you for thoroughly explaining that for me. I appreciate it. You are very welcome. And I skipped a comment. I'm sorry. I learned that tidbit today. I don't know. I was worried about going lease right out the gate. I have faith in them driving. If we fail, it would be on me because I am the one that will be keeping up with the paperwork and stuff. Actually, Tasha, it would not. It would actually be on him because he's actually driving the truck and picking the loads. Even though you're doing paperwork, you're only doing paperwork for the loads that you complete. But if you're completing the wrong loads, your business can fail very fast. It's a nozzle. That's the word. I was looking for that. That's the word I was looking for. Thanks. If you're in a hotel, get with your fleet manager. Big AV, get with your fleet manager first thing in the morning and tell him that you want to wait at home. I know you're not paying for the hotel, or ask him if you can go home. I don't see why they wouldn't let you. Like, I literally know people sitting at home waiting to upgrade, especially with that long of a wait. So it's either going to be one of two things. They're either going to tell you no and quickly move you up in the upgrade, or they're going to tell you yes and you get paid. Make sure you ask to get paid to go home, by the way, or make sure you're still going to get paid to go home. Yes, sir. LOL. Good. LOL. Yeah, I figured, Tim. That's logical. I forgot what we were talking about, man. Gotta run and stay safe. Bye, Rye. See you on your next video, buddy. Guys, if you haven't followed Life of Rye, please go subscribe to his channel. I didn't forget. I got my list, Chase. If y'all haven't followed Life of Rye, he's fresh in orientation. And at the end of his videos, he says, lick that like button and smack or slap the subscribe button and do what you do in the comments. It makes me laugh every single time because I'm a complete child. Comments. I think you forgot my question. Your question was, I think it was the handling of holidays question. I'm going to answer that because I can bust out these three things very, very quickly. So second thing that's on my list, why Johnson's Logic is no longer training. I am no longer training because after running the data and my numbers, from the time I've been training to the time that I have been solo, because I've now been technically a solo driver collectively for about a month and a half. I literally have to pay, or I don't earn as much training students as I earn solo. Like my paychecks are larger now that I'm solo than when I was training. And that, but I still run my truck the same way. So I actually am burning a little bit more fuel in this truck than I did when I was training in my Freightliner, and I'm still making more money. So that's why I've decided not to train anymore. I will break that down a little bit more in an actual published video or an actual, recorded video. I'll go into depth a little bit more. Oh no, Life in a Nutshell. Yeah, it was a YouTube video, the channel. YouTube channel. Thought that was a question. Process on hiring at Prime. Fat Daddy, let me know. I think that was your comment about the process on hiring at Prime. Let me know if you're talking about currently or when I did it 2 years ago, because those are two different things. How does Prime handle holidays? So not every holiday. Thanksgiving and Christmas, I'll talk about those because that's what Prime specifically handles, because a lot of people take off, obviously, for family. Prime handles holidays every year the same way. Your fleet manager will send out a fleet message and they will ask you what you are going to do for the holidays. Like for Thanksgiving, same as Christmas this year, they sent out this mass message to every Prime driver, like, hey, please reply whether you're staying out for Christmas or going home. If you put going home, they'll do their best to get you home. So, kind of like a best advice or best tip I can give is like, if you know you're going to go home for Thanksgiving, put in your home time, a couple days before, and hopefully you put it in a couple days. You put that request in before you get that mass message, because once that mass message goes out, you have to remember that message just went out to like 9,000 other people. So everyone who responds to that message, now they have to generate a list of like who's staying, who's going, all the people who's going home for holidays. They have to make sure that we still have enough trucks on the road to cover the freight. So kind of like a little trick. Hopefully I don't get like in trouble for telling y'all, but if you're out and it's starting to come up to November and you plan on working until that time off in Thanksgiving and not taking home time in between that time, put in your home time request before that message goes out. Moves you up in the list. So hopefully I don't get in trouble for that. So got through the list, now get to the comments. Yeah, so the problem is if I go home, I got quarantined because I'm from New York. Ooh. I wish I could help you on that one. I now understand your frustration, and I'm sorry that you're from New York. I'm really sorry. No, I'm really sorry about your frustration. Not really sorry you're from New York. New York's really not that bad, but I'm sorry that you probably are not going to be allowed to go home, because that does definitely suck. What's your concern with COVID-19 while driving out there? I wear my mask. If the government says it works, it works. What about autonomous trucking? I'm concerned about coming to the industry at 50. I don't know if you read anything about Tesla autopilots, but I think the industry is pretty safe for a while. You can come into trucking. My job is pretty guaranteed for quite some time. What precautions do you take in regards to COVID? I wear my mask. I social distance, including like if I'm in a shipping and receiving office and there's other drivers there. If I can't physically, when I look at stuff, I can gauge a distance. If I can't stand at a safe distance, I wait outside. So I do my social distance. I wear my mask. I wash my hands constantly. I have multiple containers of hand sanitizer. I hand sanitize every time I get out of the truck and come back in it. Before I touch anything outside the steering wheel, I hand sanitize. Every night that I shut down, I wipe everything down in the truck with disinfecting wipes. So I'm pretty OCD about stuff like that. So I think those are my precautions. The process was in regards to my initial process. Let me quickly read through this and I'm gonna get through that. Autonomous checks won't affect us anytime soon. Same thing I said. Also, as a company driver that does not train, what is an average gross and net salary? I don't know. It depends on how many miles you run. It's really like I can give you my averages, but my company fleet manager kept me running more than 3,000 miles every week when I was a company driver. So it's going to be a lot of differences. As far as, I didn't really talk to other company drivers because we all get paid the same. Obviously, we ran different. Also, nope. Does your Volvo have super singles on it? Yes. I can't read that. You do know a mask won't protect you, but will stop you from potentially spreading it. Yes, but the government and shippers and receivers and Prime tell me to wear a mask. I'm going to wear a mask. I'm considering going to Prime, but I am a type 1 diabetic. I know that I really need my glasses. I'm sorry. Hold on a second. Y'all didn't tell me about my hair looking rough either. Now I'm gonna wear a hat because my hair looks jacked up. I can't wait till home time. I look like a freaking chode. Okay, I won't wear the hat. I'm considering going to Prime, but I'm a type 1 diabetic. I know that I am able to get my CDL, but I hear some companies are picky when it comes to that. And thank you for answering my previous question. You're very welcome. Also, talk with a recruiter. I don't know the different types of diabetics. I'm sorry that I'm kind of ignorant in that knowledge, but I know for a fact that Prime has drivers that are diabetic. So talk with a recruiter, let them know the situation, and let them answer that. But I know for a fact that Prime has diabetics on leasing or company driving their trucks. So I hope that answers your question. I love your personality and thanks for the live. Thanks. Why is it said that truckers only make less than minimum wage? I don't know, because I can assure you I don't make minimum wage. I can assure you I did not make minimum wage. Well, I don't really, put my paychecks out there, but just know that truck drivers make a lot of money. A lot of us are over 6 figures. Your A1C expenditure. I don't know what A1C. Well, thanks, Jerry, for answering that question. I don't even know what that means. I'm sorry, I'm ignorant in that department. I just don't know. Just woke up trying to get on a correct schedule. Hey, Eric. We're going to do some research and some content coming out. So no. How long is training? How long is training? Thank you for reasking that question. I completely grazed over it. Oh no, I'm coming back to it. That's what it was. I'm very sorry, Fed Eddie. I got like 2 more comments. Yes. Hey, Jenna. I'm T1. I don't know what T1 is. I like show, and oh, you coming to Prime soon? Hey, come join the family. My initial process on training. I didn't forget about you. My initial process on training at Prime. So before they changed their training protocol, I applied to Prime on. I applied to Prime. Today's the 14th. I actually applied to Prime probably January 17th of 2019. I got a call from my recruiter January 17th of 2019, that same day, and went through everything, sent all my stuff up, and he's like, okay, I'll send you an email. Like, okay. I think 2 or 3 days after that, I had to email him my recent pay stubs from my job or W-2s from something or another. And then that next email, was a Greyhound bus ticket to Springfield, Missouri to come and start at Prime. So that whole process took a week. So I think I applied January 17th. My very first day of orientation was January 25th here in Springfield, Missouri at Prime. I was at the campus in January 25th. So it took literally 7 days for me to apply at Prime. So my initial process then was I had to get my permits and my DOT medical card and my CDL all at Prime. So first of all, Prime's hiring class sizes back then were super huge. Like I think my original class was like 126 people that started at the same time as me. Obviously, a lot of them got weeded out within that first day or two because they gave us a drug test. Like you had to knew that was coming. But a lot of people got weeded out. I think by the time it all was said and done, we all actually got our permits and actually went on to the PSD phase. Was probably about 4 or 5 days. But doing all the CBTs actually, Prime actually shuttled us to the Missouri DMV. We all had to go to actually do our DMV tests at the Missouri DMV, not the DMV, the Missouri, I think there was the tag office, or driver's license services. And then we had to, once we passed, they gave us a paper and we had to take that to the DMV where we got our permits. No, I lied. We had to go to the courthouse in Missouri. Springfield, Missouri is kind of small. It's a courthouse, but it has like a bunch of services in it. So we went there and actually had to test there for our CDL permits. And once we passed, they sent us upstairs and printed off our permits. And then we were able to go back to Prime and start the PSD phase. So as far as the timeline for my PSD phase, I came to Prime first day orientation, January 25th. I actually upgraded to the TNT phase and with my CDL in hand on February the 14th. Yes, Valentine's Day. That's my Prime anniversary when I officially became a Prime employee. So 2.5 weeks from orientation, PSD, and the start of TNT. So then in TNT back then, it was 30,000 miles, not 50. So my first day of orientation was January 25th. I upgraded to my very own truck on my own as a solo driver. My first truck was a 2017 Freightliner Cascadia, and it was dark blue. I think I still have a picture of it. That was April the 13th is when everything was all said and done. So I got all of my winter training. I actually ended up doing 40,000 miles instead of 30 because at that time, you actually had to join a waiting list for your fleet manager to even route you into the yard to upgrade. So that's the differences in the training between now or back then. I sound so old. From 2 years ago to now. So that's the differences. Oh God, I'm so behind. I'm sorry. If that answers your question, let me know. Tasha, hey. Rona made this process so much better. I drove my truck here to Springfield. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Oh, I'm glad you mentioned that. So Jeffro says that he got his own room. So back then, 2 years ago, when I came to Prime, we had to share a room. So we got a roommate. So actually, the guy that came from Atlanta on the Greyhound bus with me, first of all, a Greyhound bus ride from Atlanta, Georgia to Springfield, Missouri is 24 hours long with 3 layovers. So, or 3 transfers and a 2-hour layover. Or no, not 2-hour layover. A long layover. Three bus transfers. 24 hours on a bus. Let's start with that. And then the guy that I actually rode from Atlanta to Springfield, Missouri with was my roommate. So we kind of got lucky on that one. But then he quit the second day. I was like, so he went back home. So I was in a room by myself for 3 hours. And then I had another roommate. So we actually had to share rooms back then. So I can kind of see where the COVID thing is kind of a good thing for people now. Class was 108. Yeah, I think my final number for my class size was 96. Got my room thanks to the room. Got in right before COVID. We got the call like a Monday afternoon. He quit his job the same afternoon next day. Prime was like that, which I'm grateful for. Thanks for taking the time to respond to my comments. Catch you on the next one. God bless. Stay safe out there. Thank you very much for your comments. I really appreciate it. First of all, I'm glad I can answer it. You stay safe as well and stay healthy as best as you can. My class was 34 people. 8 made a TNT. I think 2 of us are still there. Dang. And we had a lot of us are still out here for my class. How long did it take you to feel confident with the backing maneuvers? I mean, I trifected on my CDL test. So it really didn't take that long. So like, I'm gonna have to look up a calendar now. No, I'm not. Orientation week. Probably that. I mean, obviously my PSD trainer was able to teach me all of the maneuvers. But as far as confidence, it didn't take me that long to catch on. I'm what my family likes to call a natural born driver. Like before I was truck driving, I was driving cars and moving trucks, for, with, or sometimes with my family, like across states. So I've always been the driver of my family. Like whenever we go somewhere and it's a road trip, I'm usually the one driving. So I've been driving for years. So then actually the reason I'm even here at Prime is while I was at college, I was in the band at college, and another guy from the band, we became good friends. He started here at Prime a year before me, And January 17th, when I was talking, he was on Facebook a lot, or on a Facebook video one day. I almost got him in trouble. He was on a Facebook video one day, and he was in his truck. And I, being me, because I love trucks, I'm like, hey, blow the horn. And so he blew the horn. I'm like, sweet. Then he sends me a message. He was like, hey, what are you doing these days anyway? And I'm like, nothing. And he's like, why don't you come to Prime? And here I am. So that's my origin story. Thanks for the info. You stay safe out there. I'm out. Thanks, Mark. I know you're gone already because I'm behind on comments, but bye. I've been doing. I don't know. If you're only interested in solo, do you have to get a lightweight truck? If you're interested in solo, do you have to get a lightweight truck? I'm not sure about now. If you're a solo and a company driver, yes. But solo also means that no one else will be in the truck. I don't want to give out that tidbit of information. Get with your fleet manager, or have your husband get with his fleet manager and let him know that you're going to ride along full time. May or may not be a different solution for you. What is TNT? So TNT stands for trainer and trainer and trainee. I don't know why that's the acronym. I can think of so much better ones. But that's the second portion of the training phase here at Prime. So currently, you come in with your permit, you get with a PSD trainer. I actually have no idea what PSD stands for. I'm going to have to look that up. You come with a PSD trainer. He trains you to get your actual full CDL license. And if that trainer likes you, he'll take you TNT if he does both. So your TNT trainer is responsible for teaching you how to handle all of Prime's policies and what you actually do on a truck physically on the road for 50,000 miles. Not 50,000 road miles, 50,000 dispatch miles. There is a huge difference. So keep that in mind. So TNT is you, and as an example, formerly me, since I'm no longer training, you and me will be in a truck together for 50,000 miles while I show you how to work for Prime. That's TNT. So that includes, backing up the truck in truck stops, fueling the truck, trailer washouts. If you're doing refrigerated division that I currently work for, how to do trailer washouts, where to do it, how to look up fuel stops, backing up into the docks of customers to get loaded, how to properly secure loads for a reefer trailer, truck and trailer maintenance, adding oil, adding wiper fluid, changing wiper blades, replacing fuses, replacing headlights, everything you're supposed to do, writing comm checks. A lot of trainers have stopped teaching that, and it's getting frustrating for me to answer that question. Teach your students how to write comm checks. But that is what we do. I literally teach you how to work for Prime in 50,000 miles, which on average takes roughly 2.5 months. Oh God, I got behind again. If that answers your question, let me know. Out of curiosity, when is your Volvo lease up? Hopefully you're still here to answer this question. My Volvo lease is up June of 2022. My roommate still drives lease truck, and the two of us are pretty much all that's left of our club. Dang, Jenna. I'm feeling Silver Lining, Ross's baby driver. I'm not a baby. I'm old. Oh, how I wish we could stick memes in here. Don't meme my live stream. Me too. I love to drive. I would drive 11, 16 hours. No issues. I always want to do it. Just nervous. That's my issue too with e-logs. I don't sleep that much. Like I probably sleep because I'm still on my college schedule. So on average, I sleep between like 3 and 4 hours. So then my other 10, I'm like doing this. So, don't tell the law on me. But it's a 10-hour rest break. Like I can only sleep how much I can sleep. But I don't like that a computer can tell me when I can and can't drive because, for instance, there was a time where I actually couldn't sleep the entire 10 hours. but it was time to move, and then I was ready to fall asleep, but my locks were back, so I had to drive. Or vice versa, I shut down for the night and I immediately fall asleep, which is why I don't do that anymore. I immediately fall asleep, and then I wake up 3 hours in, and then I'm up for 7 hours, and then it's time for me to drive. At this point, I've already been up 7 hours. I've got like 3 left legally in my mind that I have to drive. So I don't like that a computer tells me when and how to drive, but at the same time, you still have to work with it. Like, that's just where we are now. So obviously I've adjusted since then, because all this happened when I was first a solo company driver. So obviously I've adjusted and like actually learned how to work with the e-logs, so I can actually be fine now. Yeah, small classroom. Just me. Oh, for no more drama. I forgot. So just you in the truck. That was the lightweight question. If you're going company, for sure, lightweight, for sure. I just caught on it. Well, so my son. You caught it. I have 7 years of driving experience. What is the process for me? Is that recent experience, as in like your truck driving today? And to be quite honest, if your answer is no, talk to recruiting. If your answer is yes, I can answer that question. I watched Driver Lineup about that 100-mile round trip walk. Yeah, which, nah. The chat would be so lit if it was me. No, Baby Driver like the movie. I haven't seen that movie. Don't shame me though. I'm behind on movie watching. I get fussed at, like, I have a lot of like movie enthusiastic friends like from back home, and I get yelled at all the time that I always brag about watching TV in here, but I haven't seen like such and such movie, and I've got to catch up on my movies. So I haven't seen Baby Driver, but I heard it was okay. I think. Let me know if it was good. Were you scared the first time you drove a truck? Nope, I was not. Nervous, yes. Scared, no. Luckily for me, well, I won't say luckily because, I mean, it just happens. But there are certain PSD trainers that actually live at or by the terminal, not at the terminal, that live by the terminal. So they actually don't leave. Like, my PSD phase of training was all on the pad, and it was fantastic. So, I mean, obviously we went out on the road and did like local around the city driving, and we actually drove up to Illinois in PSD, and then drove back down to Springfield. So that was cool too. But I wasn't scared. I was nervous for sure. What endorsement would you advise any new driver to have before they come to Prime? Tanker, and combinations. I believe tanker and combinations are the required endorsements. Again, for the real deal Holyfield, I don't know. I saw that on a YouTube video and I thought it was funny. For the real answer, like the complete honest truth, talk to recruiting. I'm not really up on the all of the recruiting requirements. But to get with him for sure, as far as what is required, like what you should have, or what I can suggest or advise you to get, is get as many endorsements as you can, because that's how you make your money. Yes. Okay. Do Prime trucks have cameras? No. Does my Prime truck have a camera? Yes, because I put one in there. You know how many times I've been saved from a critical event? Because all of our trucks are wired through the computer. If you brake too hard, you get what's called a critical event. If you run up to the back of someone and you're not paying attention, you get a critical event. If a car cuts you off and the computer thinks you didn't react fast enough, you get a forward collision critical event, and those are bad. If you take a turn too hard, you get a stability control event, a critical event, or a rollover warning. All the critical events that I've gotten, I've had, and I have a dash cam. So every time I get a critical event, I document the time. And obviously, if it happens, something that was outside of my control, then I literally take that dash clip and send it to my fleet manager, like, this is what happened, because they're going to ask you what happened. And if you're just responding, I'm not knocking people who don't have dash cams, but like I feel like responding to a message that's asking you what happened or what's going on with a video of what happened is a lot better than me saying, "Oh, there was a squirrel in the street and the radar picked it up." You know what I mean? I'm still driving. Oh, is that the yes thing? Yes, if you're still driving today, if you're still driving today, are you OTR, local, or regional? See, I know this one. How do you handle your winter weather? Do you chain up or shut down? Shut down every time. First of all, I'm not taking these chains out these bags. They're super heavy. But two, I'm not going to chain. If the law is for me to chain my truck so I can legally keep the load going, that is the law telling me you probably shouldn't be on the road. I'm going to shut it down every time. Not a chance I'm using no chains. But if I'm driving somewhere, like if I'm on Donner's Pass or something out in California, and I'm already on the mountain and the sign comes up, that means that I'm already in a situation. I will chain up to get out of a situation. I'm not chaining up to put myself in a bad situation. I'm not doing that. That's just me. Call me a wuss, call me a steering wheel holder, or whatever. I'm not putting on chains to go in rough conditions. And then you can still get stuck with chains. And then it's just no, I'm not doing it. I'm the shutdown guy. Thank you. You're welcome. Captain of your own ship, you shut it down if you're uncomfortable. Exactly, Jeffro. And Prime will back you up as long as you're not lying. So like prime example the other day. Wyoming, state of Wyoming had super, super high. I think the gusts were like 70 miles an hour. Like a lot of Prime drivers got caught in it. A YouTuber, no hippie Lyle over at No Hippie Trucking and Transportation, was on his way home for home time and shut down. Like, we are the captains of our ships. Doesn't matter if it's winter weather, high winds, snow, ice. If you decide to shut down and you're under a load that's priority, like you got to get that load there, they can't reschedule it. If you don't feel safe to drive for whatever reason and it's justified, like high wind, shut down, send a message to Prime. Prime will have your back as long as you're out. Now, if the winds are 20 miles an hour and you're like, I can't do this, Prime will have your back. But if other Prime trucks can do it, they're going to hit you with a service failure on that one for sure. Catherine, I read that one. Tanker, air brakes, combination vehicle, and general knowledge is what is needed for Prime. Thank you, Jerry Little. You've been very helpful today. I'll catch you later. Jeffro, I go to bed, got a bed pad in the morning, hit me up for the Millennium. All right, Jeffro, I know you're probably already gone, but good night. Good luck on the pad. I know you're going to get it down. You got a pretty good head on your shoulders. If you guys want to keep watching his journey, he does have a YouTube channel, Jeffro, the Wannabe Truck Driver. If you're over the road and you're currently driving today, call recruiting, and they'll probably have you come. I just watched a clip of this guy quitting Swift, like on one of our Facebook groups. Literally, he got out of his Swift truck, got into a rental car with Prime, and I believe he's leasing. He's going to be leasing with Prime. So I think it depends on how many years of experience. I believe you told me, but I don't remember. But he literally quit Swift and is coming to Prime to sign on the lease. So I don't know the full details of what you have to do, but I know for a fact you don't have to go through training. What GPS is best for new truck driver? I don't know. I can tell you which one I'm using. I can't tell you which one is best. That was super late notification. I got that already. We have GPS. Nope. Call you super intelligent. I already forgot what that was in reference to. I forgot what that was in reference to. I'm sorry. What do you use for your dash cam? I use a non-trucking dash cam. I actually use the Kenwood. It's in my devices. Not that one, apparently. No, it's not in my devices. Anyway, I use a Dashwood from Kenwood. I don't have the model number. But if I find it out after we finish all this, I'll go back and find your phone's right in my face. I'll go back and find your comment and respond. I can scroll through that. I'll reply back to your comment. But like I got that Kenwood dash cam. I've actually been through several dash cams. This one's just been the best by far. It does timestamp, date stamp, GPS coordinates, and my actual speed, which has saved me from an overspeed critical event. I literally got an overspeed critical event at 26 miles an hour, and it was literally my word against Prime, and I have a dash cam to prove it. So it does geolocation tagging, my current speed, and timestamp and date. I have it set to the Qualcomm time and date. So that thing has saved me from a lot of events that would have gotten me in trouble. Because nothing, I won't say nothing is my fault, but a lot of the stuff I can't control. But if it's my word against Prime, Prime is going to protect themselves. So if I didn't have anything to prove my case and say it really wasn't anything I can do, I wouldn't have a job. So if it's my word against Prime, Prime's going to be like, you're an at-risk driver. Go home. You know what I mean? So that's why I always recommend people getting a dash cam. That's just my thing. Hello, Logical Warhorse. Hello. You're very welcome, Jordan. If you have any questions, if you have any more questions I can answer, obviously I answered that one. But if you guys ever have any questions and I haven't answered it on here, even though I'm trying to get through all of them, go to one of my videos, one of my recent videos. In the description, there's a link for an app. I think it's a Mighty Networks app, but it's a forum it's a driver's lineup forum from driverslineup.com from Eric and Jenna. If you click on that link, it'll take you to the app or it'll take you to the forum. Search Johnson's Logic, or I'm probably in one of the recent posts, and you can actually send me messages on that app. So if you ever have any questions that I haven't got to, or you don't want to ask a question that's public, like a live feed, go find that link in my description box that I post on my videos, and you can actually send me a personal message. And I actually know I usually talk about my Instagram. I've been locked out of my Instagram. And I finally got back in today. I know there's a ton of messages I need to catch up on. Do you always have to pay for parking? No. I don't pay for parking that often, but when I do, I use my points. So it's not like I'm actually paying for it. I mean, I'm paying for it because I get points from the amount of fuel I buy, but I don't physically pay the points. It's a reward system that every major train truck stop has. And if I go on my little app or I go on the website, if I have to reserve a spot, I'll use my points. So I don't physically pay money for it. I always wondered, how does the driver use the restroom when not at a truck stop, a rest area, or shipper and receiver's office, and I hate these things, but the little blue, God, what is that thing called? What's the little blue things they put outside? Like, oh my God, I am drawing a blank on that, and I hate them. That's why, God, porta potties. Wow. I can't talk about what other truck drivers do to go to the bathroom, but when I have to go to the bathroom, I walk inside to a truck stop, or I stop at a rest area, or if I really, really, really have to, like if I'm sitting at a shipper and receiver's office that don't have a bathroom, but they do have a porta potty, and I have to sit there for a while, I will use a porta potty. No, I don't believe in piss jugs. I don't believe in piss bottles. Do I have one in case of emergency? And no, it's not a jug. It's literally one Gatorade bottle. Do I have that in case of an emergency? Yes. Have I had an emergency in 2 years? No. There's plenty of places to go to the bathroom. So that's where truck drivers go. That's where truck drivers should go to the bathroom. No more drama, no. I'm not sure what you mean on that, Jordan. Could you add your equipment info in your truck tour video? Do you mean what equipment info? What do you mean? Can you expand on that a little bit more? Like equipment info, like tools and stuff? Unless you park after 8 p.m., then you might have to pay for parking. Depending on the area. Depends on the area you're in, or a small truck stop. Like, I don't know. I can't think of one right now. But some truck stops, there's thousands, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of truck drivers, and there will be literally be a truck stop that has 20 parking spaces and then like 78 reserve parking. I'm looking at you, TA. But yeah, then I'll pay for parking then because I'm out of, at that point I'm out of time. So, and when I say out of time, I have an hour left of legal time I can drive. But once I get down to a certain range on my driver's log hours, I'm not, unless I'm super set up good for my next load, I'm not wasting any time on my clock. Like, I don't run my clock the full 11 hours ever. I asked safety what was the correct way to go. Speed limit says 45. Qualcomm says 25. Which one is considered correct? The posted speed limit sign. And I can legally say that because that Qualcomm can tell you that the speed limit is 70. But if you're going through a school zone and that's 25 or 15 that I've been seeing lately, but your Qualcomm says go 70, who's going to jail? You or Prime. Follow the sign on the road. GPS isn't always right. Qualcomm, for God, is never always right. So always follow the local sign that's actually on the street. But I also depends on where you're at in the U.S. I'm kind of lost in your comments. Oh wait, is that the bathroom comment? I think that's the bathroom. See, I received porta potty, porta john. See, I was there. Sorry, like your GPS dash cam, etc. No, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna have separate videos for them. One of my videos, because I currently use the Garmin Diesel 1000. There's actually not a lot of review videos on those. So I'm actually going to dedicate a full YouTube video to the devices I run in my truck because there's a lot. But I will combine, I will condense that down into one video. So I'll do, as long as it's not super long, because I have a lot to talk about with that GPS. But I should be able to add both those two in one video. And that should be, I hate to give a timeline for videos like that, but in the next couple of days, like it won't be more than a week, but it certainly won't be for the next 2 days because I have videos coming out. Great video. Thank you. Absolutely. And you're welcome. Oh shoot, I'm at an hour and 42 minutes. I think I go to an hour 50. I go to an hour 50 minutes. So, does your truck have a nickname, and what's in your refrigerator? My truck does have a nickname. So, my beautiful Volvo VNL 860, my baby is called Sapphire. So, I called her Sapphire because she's blue. And I actually didn't come up with the name. My buddy Storm came up with the name, and it really stood out to me among the other suggestions that I got. But Sapphire really stuck with me. I have named her Sapphire, and she is my baby. What is in my refrigerator? That is an excellent question. Drinks, I want to say. Gatorade, pink lemonade, and Sprite. An ice pack and slices of cheese for my sandwiches I used to make. That's in my fridge. Sounds good, but I appreciate it. You are very welcome. Sorry that I can't do it immediately, but I've already scheduled videos to come out and I already have plans to record videos. So if I don't do it on the time I have it on my calendar, because I don't remember crap, I'll get out of order. But yes, it will be in the next couple of days. I promise. I can't say that. Thank you, because I try to go with the road signs. I've just heard a few saying critical events, which I hadn't witnessed being on my turn truck. Guest lease is different than company. First of all, if anyone is telling you to follow what a Qualcomm says, then a road sign, someone needs to have a serious talk with them. I'm assuming is that what you're talking about? Oh, if you're talking about the overspeed critical event, the overspeed at Prime is not for physically speeding in the truck. It's for going over. So Prime trucks are governed at 65. For whatever reason that you go, and I'm not going to give you guys the numbers on that one. No. If you want to figure it out on your own, you can get in trouble on your own. If you go above a speed for Uh, if you go above a certain speed, and if you go above a particular speed for a certain amount of time, you get what's called an overspeed. Obviously, that number is greater than 65. So I'm not going to go into specifics on that because that's a safety thing. If I tell you what it is and you start purposefully avoiding that, and you start, like, let's just say that the event is 30 seconds and you start doing it for like 28, 29 seconds and then going back down and doing it again. And then you're like, oh, well, Johnson's logic said, nope. If you want to know the specifics, you try it out on your own. That way safety can see that you're a liability. Because if you mess it up for us doing whatever you do in a prime truck, like, that looks bad on all of us. So you don't need to be here. I'm not specifically talking to you, but just in general, why I'm not going to give out those specifics. If you personally want to know how to cheat a system to get around it, I'm not teaching nothing like that. I teach, if I am teaching something, I'm going to teach you how to safely and legally do everything that I do. Like everything, every video I've ever put out, every live I ever do, I'm telling, teaching, or saying something that I personally do. Like, this is something I do every day. Just like I said earlier, my truck is governed at 65. I literally drive my truck at 65 miles an hour. So it's not like, well, I heard that this guy does this, and this is what I'm going to talk about on my channel today. Like, no, my channel is literally my personal experiences at Prime. That's actually the whole premise of me having a YouTube channel, was for me to, document my way through Prime. But I started my YouTube video, my channel, when I became a trainer. So I actually need to go back. I need to see when they posted. I believe my 1 year on YouTube is today. About to find out. Hey, is today my 1 year anniversary? Videos, date added, oldest. Nope, not yet. So I'm almost 1 year on YouTube. It says it was posted 11 months ago. What was the date? So January 31st is my 1 year on YouTube. I'm gonna have to make a video about that. But every video that I do is literally my personal experience at Prime. So I'm not like, Prime says do this and I do this. Like, no, I literally learn and teach a lot of the stuff on my own, and then I just happen to press record. So like, I will never teach or tell anyone to do something that I don't personally do myself. Read that. Blue is the best. Absolutely it is. I love blue. So, and if you notice earlier, my very first truck was, I didn't even know this light was been on this whole time. My very first truck was also a blue truck. I actually picked the color of my company truck, my 2020 Freightliner. I did pick white because I don't know. I think I have a thing for white vehicles. Like, I drive a white personal car. I think I want to develop that like thing. And then this truck came up and I'm like, oh my God, I love blue. So now we're back in a blue truck. I have a name for my truck. I'm not a driver yet. Her name shall be Royalty. I hope you get a purple truck. I want you to get a purple one. You know what? I've seen for other purple trucks out on the road, but to me, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but the Prime truck's purple is like a ton better than the purple I see out on the road. Except for, and I'll give him props for this, Busy Blake. The purple on that Volvo he just bought, man, that purple looks good. Now that's a purple. But the Freightliner purples that we have here at Prime look a lot better than a lot of other company colors that I have seen. But that's just my opinion. I'm Sud, bro. I try your videos, they get uploaded. Plus, being a driver myself, I can only imagine how much extra time you spend doing videos. I appreciate that, Julio. I legally can't tell you how much time I spend processing videos. I don't want to get in trouble by the law. So, yes, it does take, I mean, I say it takes time. It really doesn't. Sometimes it doesn't, because I'm kind of telling on myself. And I mean, it's going to seem a little crazy, but when if I'm driving during the day, like, I'm listening to music and I'm literally talking and reminding myself of things out loud, because it's just me in here. But I literally out loud talk to myself. in my truck every single day. And then sometimes I get to press record on the camera, and now it's not so much talking to myself, but essentially I'm still talking to myself right now. So it's, I don't know. I appreciate your support, but I will say a lot of effort, especially from us content creators on YouTube, it does take a lot of effort for us to like record the way that we do. And like some of us, like me and who else edits their videos? For the people who edit their videos, you know, it takes a certain amount of minutes to record a video, and then it takes a certain amount of minutes to edit a video, and then we upload it. So it does take a significant amount of time, but it's still not like extra. You know what I mean? Like, I love dedicating this time. Just like now. Like, how am I dedicating the time for an almost 2-hour live? Because I'm on a 25-hour layover for my next load. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's kind of like anyone can do it. I'll say that. But you just have to like dedicate your time accordingly to make sure that you are still getting your legally required rest. So like up until recently, you were legally required to be in the sleeper berth for 8 hours before you're considered road legal or ready to roll. And that's not prime, that's DOT. That's Department of Transportation's regulations. You're legally required to show 8 hours of sleeper berth and 2 hours of off-duty break, which is 1 hour before and 1 hour after. Now with the new introduction of the 7-3 split, not so much, but there are certain requirements or things of that nature to actually apply the 7-3. That's a lot to get into and very confusing, but like I don't, even though I'm saying it's a lot of hard work, it's not something that I don't want to do. Obviously, if I didn't want to do it, I wouldn't do it. Like I have so much fun, like seeing how stupid I am on a camera. So anyone who's known me before YouTube, like literally another thing, I have a personal Facebook page. Obviously, you guys know my full name. Please do not add me on my personal Facebook page. I will make a Facebook for Johnson's Logic, but I've been noticing my friend request on my Facebook page has like insanely crazy. But I will actually add a Johnson's Logic Facebook page. Please don't add me on my personal. But if you are on my personal Facebook page, you can literally see how many pictures I actually take of myself. I actually don't like taking pictures. I don't like cameras. Like I never took videos of myself, nothing. I literally sat down one day and created a YouTube channel. I know it doesn't make sense. It doesn't really make sense to me, but when I kind of trick myself because it's not like I'm talking to a camera. I feel like I'm physically talking to the people that are watching. So now that I have 1,000 subscribers, every time currently, not now, but even before, however many subscribers I've had, I literally picture my camera as the amount of people I'm standing in front of. So like now that I'm at 1,000, I literally feel like I'm standing, like even now, I feel like I'm standing on a podium talking to 1,000 plus people. And those are just my subscribers. That's not including the 67% of the people who watch my video that are not subscribed. Yes, we can see all of that in our analytics. But I literally can picture myself standing somewhere and just be in front of a ton of people. So it helps me with my fear of or my phobia of cameras. So yeah, there's that little small inkling of information that you probably didn't need to know about me. But there you go. Okay, for sure, cutting this off at 6 hours. We're at 1 hour and 54 minutes. So I'm going to quickly get through this. If you have a quick question I can answer, or you have anything that you would like to say, you can leave it in the chat below. Also, if you have any questions you can't publicly put out, go to any one of my recently uploaded videos. I have a link for Driver's Lineup Forum on driverslineup.com. You can click that link. You can find me on there, and you can send me a message, and we can talk that way as well. So let's see. Read that one. I think they want drivers to pay attention to the speed when navigating downhills, etc. I just heard Mr. We Gon' Ride say critical events. I was just wondering what that. I'm gonna take a picture of that and send it to him. That was funny. Mr. We Gonna Ride. That's funny. I'm gonna send that to Travis. That's hilarious. So yeah, critical events are events that our computers that our trucks have tell on us that we're not being safe. So you don't want to have critical event. Like you don't want to get a critical event. It's not fun. Mr. We Gonna Ride. That's really funny. I'm gonna tell you. No, you're gonna see in a couple days why that was really funny because I literally had to call Travis today about something like that. It was about if y'all don't follow Travis Kinley, go to his page and subscribe to him. He has a video called PC Lockup Jail, especially for you new guys. Please watch that video, and then you guys are gonna get the "We Gonna Ride" reference that a lot of us have been using lately because it's hilarious. Are the Volvos the only prime trucks that with that sweet boost setup? No, it is not. They do upgrades to get things. Yes. Blake truck is majestic. Yes, it is. Man, that thing is amazing. What do you do for health insurance as a lease driver? I actually have my own health insurance. So Prime offers health insurance to lease operators. You just have to, it's a third party company you have to go to I wonder if he's still here. I was funny, I was about to check him. I completely, man, Travis texted me and completely threw off my train of thought. There's an office in the campus inn that lease operators can go to and actually get health insurance from third party people. Their prices are kind of high for me personally, but I actually went through during the health enrollment period. I actually went on the market and chose a health insurance plan. So I actually pay for health insurance on my own. So yes, I actually have health, vision, and dental insurance that I pay for. Why? Tax write-offs. You're doing a great job. Thanks very much. You're very welcome. I'm so glad I could help. Congrats on the 1,000. You hear me? You know I have to say it like you too. You hear me? My old student has a podcast that he does, the Tay Visuals podcast. He actually uploaded one today. Or he went live for it today, and it was talking about relationships. I thought it was funny. Some of the questions he was asking his girlfriend. So I thought that was funny. But he is doing well, obviously, because he is here commenting in the comment sections. Man, it's so funny that you came on here because I was talking about you in my other video. And I appreciate the congratulations on the 1,000 subscribers. I appreciate it. Tasha, hope if I get the nerve to actually do a channel I do as well of a job as you, getting all over the nerves. If you think I'm doing a great job, man, yeah, like I wish I could show you in like how I feel internally. Like, oh man, I feel like a nervous wreck every time I press record. But thank you. That means I put on a fantastic facade. That is a great way to get over stage fright. See, you got them glasses. Hey man, I had to get them because it was tough. It was tough seeing them. Like them backup glasses I was using, it was getting rough, dog. Like literally when you got off and I went home, that's when I got them. Like I was planning to get them because I needed to be able to see to do my job. But appreciate it, big dog. You know, I'm gonna keep on trucking as best as I can. I got some big plans coming up though. I won't say though, that sounds kind of bad. I got big plans coming up. You can set it up through the phone too. Enrollment first, I think. They were super nice. They're really good at giving me the information I needed. I don't know. I don't like speaking on topics I don't know. So I'm not sure. I'm going to take that with you at face value, Tasha. I have no idea if they're enrollment first. I don't know. You do a great job. You kept my attention for 2 hours. Oh, sorry. But no, I appreciate it. I feel like I'm just super like goofy and like chill, laid back, nerd kind of guy. And I talk a lot. Like, man, you should see how much I talk to myself when I'm not on a camera. Like, one, that sounds insane. It's not a promise. I'm completely mentally aware and everything. But I don't know. I just like talking a lot. I mean, I don't know. That's just me. My glasses are broken, training my backup glasses were trash. I left my glasses in my personal car, and my backup glasses are my old prescription, which is trash. I love your page. I always had must be a Georgia perk. Wait, what? I love you page. Always have must be a Georgia perk. Wait, I'm gonna translate this. I love your page. You love my channel. You always have because we're both from Georgia. I think that's it. You remind me of my son. I'm gonna assume that's a good. I'm gonna assume that's a great thing because I am a great guy. After driving, maybe you could become a motivational speaker. I'm hoping to become a motivational sleeper when I drive. When I stop driving, because I plan to retire from trucking. So maybe not. Well, technically, I'm a YouTuber, so I'm motivationally speaking. Like, do your best and be punctual and on time. Speaking of on time, we have hit the 2 hour mark. Um, I try and keep to my word. So at 2 hours, we're gonna cut it off. Thanks for tuning in, y'all. Like I always say, if you're thinking, you might as well do it logically. And I'll see all of y'all on the next one. Thanks for coming.